Episode 2 of Season 2 is here in Jeddah. I remember last year we actually had a good race. I think this is where we scored our first points with Kevin Magnussen. But this year is a whole different story. We're able to compete with the top teams. And the top teams this year is Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes, Alfa Romeo, and Haas. Valtteri Bottas was looking like he was on course to win the race last week in Bahrain. But this time in Jeddah, with both our drivers, we're looking for another double points finish and potentially a podium because we do have a fast car. We can see if we can upgrade anything. We've got current projects going on, so we've got 4 days until we get the suspension design in. Then obviously we'll have to manufacture the new parts, the new race in 4 days. So obviously we won't have new parts for the race, but I think it's another double points finish on the cards and a potential podium for one of the two drivers. But Kevin Magnussen does currently have the upper hand on Pierre Gasly with the first race of the season. Pierre Gasly, I think, made a mistake which dropped him behind Kevin Magnussen, but it is promising signs up ahead for both drivers. I mean, I tell you what, we have a lot of money. We could just order 2 emergency suspension parts for this race in Jeddah because it's only 400k more. I mean, 400k to us isn't too much. I think we're going to do it. I think we'll do it. We'll bring that in, and then we can have something new on the car here. So here we go. We've done that. We've spent the extra 400k. It's not a huge upgrade. It's a minor upgrade. But at least we'll have an upgrade for Saudi Arabia in Jeddah. And let's see what we can do. It's going to be partly cloudy. No rain expected, as probably expected in Jeddah. That's never good. Magnussen's spinning on his first lap. How bad's his tyres? Let's have a look. They're still alright. Maybe we tell him... back off this lap and go again. Yeah. Serve, conserve, harvest. We'll tell him to go again. We do have Gasly on his lap. Alright, so now we're going to tell him... Go for it. Let's go. Come on, K-Mag. We need you out of Q1, mate. Oh, I've made a big error. I've made a big error. Is that just retired from Q1, or is that retired from...
We need to retire the car. Copy that.
Did we run out of fuel? I think we ran out of fuel. I think we might have run out of fuel. I think that might have been my fault. Oh no. Magnussen, he's going to make it through Q1. But I'm not sure he can continue to compete. Because what happened was he spun in his first lap. So he kept him going to do another lap. Where he got the time to make it into Q2. But I guess he didn't have the fuel to get back to the pits. I don't think he's going to have another... He's going to start P15, isn't he? Where is he? Can he go back out? If he can go back out, no worries. If he can't, then that's a problem. Oh my gosh. Oh, mate. All the eyes are now on Pierre Gasly, who's at the back of the train. He couldn't get a lap in the first time around. He got held up. So did a bunch of other drivers. So it's going to be interesting to see where he finishes. He should get into the top 10 pretty comfortably. Knowing the pace of the car. You can see a bunch of people improving. Ocon is the cutoff. Only 6 tenths ahead. Now Ricciardo. I reckon we're going to be safely through with Pierre Gasly. He goes up into P8. 5 tenths or 6 tenths off of P1. We would have had both drivers into Q3, which is the most frustrating part about the Kevin Magnussen retirement down in. I mean, Gasly's put in a strong first lap. 6 tenths off the Red Bull of Max Verstappen is about where we were in Q2. So, the lap that Gasly's put in is pretty strong. I think we can beat Lando Norris, both the Alfa Romeos, and potentially split the Mercedes. I think that'd be a really good qualifying. So, P6 or P7 would be a solid Q3 session as Pierre Gasly now rounds the final corner here in Jeddah. You can see Bottas has went 2 tenths faster. Gasly did improve in the first sector, not so much in the second. Russell goes ahead of Gasly. Vettel stays behind. What can Gasly answer back with? He improves, but not by enough. He stays P7, which is probably going to drop to P8 as Perez now crosses the line. Lando Norris, I don't think he's going to have anything to say about it. So Gasly will be starting from P8 on the grid It's not bad qualifying, but I guess a little frustrating we couldn't split the Mercedes or get ahead of them. And Bottas is absolutely flying in that Alfa Romeo. Kevin Magnussen down in P15. We kind of screwed up his qualifying, so it's our job to turn that around in the race and look for a double points finish. Now, strategy is going to be really interesting here. There could be a safety car. There could not. I think we go hards to mediums with Kevin Magnussen, but Pierre Gasly will go one stop mediums to hards. The two stop, I don't like the two stop. We'll go mediums to hards with Pierre, and we'll go longer stint with Kevin Magnussen from the hards to mediums because he is starting from P15, which definitely sucks for him. But we'll see if we can get him off the line quickly. Maybe a couple of overtakes, and he can get himself back in this race. But he does have to get through those midfield cars pretty quickly because I think there's a big drop-off. After us and Alfa Romeo, there's a big drop-off to the rest of the midfield. Here we are. Don't know where the lights are. I think they're up there. But we are our way. We're going to ride on board with Kevin Magnussen, actually. See if he can get a decent start here in Saudi Arabia. No crashing at the start. Try and get through as clean as possible. Gasly losing a place to Sebastian Vettel, which isn't ideal as he goes side by side with the Alfa Romeo, but he gets him back on those medium tyres. Let's see what everybody else has done tyre-wise. It's a mix. It's a healthy mix between hards and mediums, and then there's a soft runner of Lance Stroll down in P17. So that'll be interesting to see what happens there. Now we've got to see if Magnussen can make up a couple of moves early doors. He's down in P15. He gets past Guan Yu Zhou, which is good. Now he's got to try and get past the Alpine of Esteban Ocon, and we can try and settle into this Grand Prix as he goes around the outside, turns into the inside. Oh, he almost gets squeezed. The Alpine goes straight back through. But I think Kevin Magnussen can make up moves. He's known for his overtaking and his aggressive nature. So we'll see if he can prove that today in Jeddah as he's going to go down the inside of the Alpine. Come on, mate. Make it stick. Down the inside. Alpine's still trying to stick it around the outside, but he gets past. So up into P13. We need more of that, please, K-Mag. Because they've both got DRS up ahead. I don't think we have the speed, but we're going to try anyway with overtake. We're closing in on the McLaren. Can we go for the overtake on the McLaren? Can we get it done? Yes, please. Down the inside. Are we going to go down the inside of the Alpine as well? Oh, we thought about it, but not quite. But at least make this stick on the McLaren.
Use energy.
I saw sparks going off there. I thought for a second he might have made contact with a car, but I think everything is okay for Kevin Magnussen. So Magnussen moving up the grid order as the Alpine looks like he had a bit of a wobble there and almost went wide. And K-Mag is all over the back. So Magnussen making up places like he needed to. And if he keeps this up, he could really, really start to challenge the top 10 and get towards points. I mean, he's only 2 positions away and he sees P9 of Sebastian Vettel up ahead, leading this DRS train, which he is currently stuck in. And Gasly is just doing a nice job sitting behind Hamilton. Might even tell him to go light on the tyres. Just relax. Make sure you stay in the DRS. And he could keep doing a solid job indeed. Magnussen, there you go. So he's got ahead. Magnussen's actually got ahead of Norris, of Vettel. And he is now joining the pack up ahead of...
No saving required.
Of Pierre Gasly, Lewis Hamilton and George Russell. So Magnussen straight back into this Grand Prix with an amazing start. So there you go. Welcome back to the Grand Prix, K-Mag. Pierre Gasly, if we can get him past these Mercedes, that will be pretty big for his race as well. Because there's a bit of a gap to Valtteri Bottas, who's staying with the front 5. I think George Russell is really slowing us down. So we're going to try and go for a double overtake here. Or at least one overtake on one of the Mercedes. We could go 3 wide down into the corner. George Russell is passed by Lewis Hamilton finally. And we also make the pass as well. Are we going to make it stick? We've got the view from Kevin Magnussen's car. And it looks like George Russell has got the better of Pierre Gasly, which is a little bit frustrating. Can Gasly just hold on in? Oh, he backs out. Mate, you could have done something. You could have kept going. But he backed out. And now he's got his teammate all over the back of him. But we're going to try and push a little bit more with Pierre Gasly to get that move on George Russell, because that is actually pretty crucial for our Grand Prix. There you go, Pierre. There you go. He's got past 1, and he just doesn't have the ERS. He needs to save some ERS. If he can save some ERS, he can get it done. Magnussen, on the other hand, fighting George Russell. Come on. We're going to give him all the overtake. Try and get through on George Russell. Oh, he had to go for that. If he gets that move done... Oh, it would have been perfect. But no, he's going to have to sit behind and wait a little bit more patient before he goes for it again. Pierre Gasly, on the other hand, is in striking distance of Lewis Hamilton, and I think he's going to get it very, very soon. He does actually get it before this DRS straight from the previous DRS. Probably not ideal because Hamilton's going to go straight back at him. Magnussen losing a place to Lando Norris.
We just need to push now.
So, Magnussen from doing really good has now faded off a little bit. Both cars struggling with ERS problems. But Gasly up into P6. If he can pull away a little bit, that would be very, very nice indeed. But Kevin Magnussen really getting caught up in this little battle. Oh no. Kevin Magnussen just crashed into the wall. What the hell happened there? What the hell happened there? A crash involving multiple cars. Yeah, we just saw Kevin Magnussen go flying into the wall. So, what's Magnussen doing? It's Fernando Alonso apparently. Oh, Magnussen just hits the wall and then he hits Fernando Alonso. That should be a safety car. But Kevin Magnussen's caused that incident. Alonso somehow kept going. Magnussen now, without a front wing, definitely has to come into the pits. Oh my gosh, he's changed his strategy to a 3-stop strategy right there. Or a 2-stop strategy right there, sorry. So he's going to come in for a set of mediums. There's no safety car to help him out either. Pierre Gasly losing a place to Norris up ahead. He's going to keep going. That's really, really frustrating. Magnussen was driving a really good race. He's brought himself back into the Grand Prix. And then he did that. So K-Mag basically out of the points. And that is something Kevin Magnussen is susceptible to doing. You know, he does crash and he has to take a penalty, does he? Is he taking a penalty? I don't know what's going on in the pits. Total pit time 12 seconds, but he's now behind Fernando Alonso and down in P19. He's come out ahead of the Williams of Lance Stroll, but he needs to get going now on that set of mediums and try and work his way back up into a potential point scoring position, but it's going to be very, very difficult from P19 unless there's a safety car, red flag or something helps us. I'm surprised that wasn't a safety car, but is what it is. Pierre Gasly now in his pit window, so we're going to be pitting him very soon, which he doesn't. Of course he doesn't. We've got to make the overtake done now. So let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, Gasly. Come on. You're right there. You've got DRS. Just go down the inside. You can't get the job done. But we are going to pit this lap now. The tyres are going. So we're going to pit onto the hard compound tyres for Pierre Gasly. He can't get the move past George Russell. Can he make it down this DRS straight? This will be crucial if he can, just before he comes into the pits. Otherwise, we might be stuck behind this Mercedes for a little bit longer. He goes down the inside. Come on, Pierre. Get the move done. This is very, very important. I'm not sure who got DRS. Hopefully it was us. Oh! Pierre. Yeah, he got squeezed. George Russell keeps going. Oh, that is frustrating. That is frustrating. Magnussen is through on Fernando Alonso. So he has a bit of clear air and he can run his own race. But he's basically out of this race. Unless some outside influence helps him out. Pierre Gasly into the pits. Where is he going to come out relative to Hamilton? Hamilton already down into turn 1. Norris coming down into turn 1. Can we get out ahead of Lando Norris? This could be big. Come on. Oh, the McLaren gets out ahead. But we are on fresher, hard tyres. But we have lost a bit of time just from that battle with George Russell. If we got ahead of him, it could have been a whole different story. But we're going to close in the McLaren up ahead and hopefully make the pass pretty easily. Because he does not have DRS. I'll tell you what, I reckon we're going to do it down this next straight right here. Look how close we are to the McLaren driver of Lando Norris. Our car is just too fast for that McLaren. We overtake him and then we can close in on Lewis Hamilton up ahead and avoid the potential overcut from George Russell. So nice and easy past Lando Norris. And now we just got to get on with our race and keep moving up the grid. Magnussen, on the other hand, has to close in on Mick Schumacher. I don't know what strategy we got for Kevin Magnussen. That's the only problem. He is on the back of Alonso and Mick, and now he has to try and get a move done. So come on, let's see what you got. Maybe we should have been a bit more clever with that. As Alonso now goes for a move. Come on, K-Mac, you need to get past him. You just need to. You can. It's a Williams. You got to get past the Williams driver. He's on 53% old hard tyres, and you can't get past him. You need to do something. Pierre Gasly closing in on Hamilton up ahead, but Kevin Magnussen is struggling just to get past the Williams of Mick Schumacher. Oh my days, this is very frustrating. He's done the same thing again. We need... Alright, we're going to time this time. We're going to make sure we don't pass him too early. So we're going to go light. We're going to go balanced. Wait, Mick. Be patient. Don't go for the move just yet. Not yet. There we go. We're sitting behind. Alright, now you can go for the move. Down this straight, you get the move done, and then you can get on with your race. Come on! Go for the move! Oh, my days. I didn't think we were going to be stuck behind a Williams this Grand Prix. This is the most frustrating thing I've ever seen. As Mick Schumacher is driving defensive masterclass, really. Alright, here we go. Let's try again. Round number 65 of trying to overtake the Williams driver, and we get it done, finally. And now, surely you can build a bit of a gap. Surely. He's an old hard tyres. Alonso's got past Mick as well. But no chance Kevin Magnussen's getting points with that. We've got Gasly now struggling against Lando Norris. I completely forgot about Gasly. This race is going to shit. So much for bringing that upgrade in to help us out. We're bottling it. And Gasly's now crashed. Oh my gosh. I don't believe it. He's locked up behind the McLaren. And he's gone, you know what? Screw the corner. I'm just going to go flying into the wall. I want a quick break. He's like Kimi in Monaco. You know, I'll crash and now I'm going to go sit on the outside, maybe get in a hot tub because I don't want to drive anymore. What the hell was that, Pierre? We're paying you 7-8 million a year. Oh, and then you just teleport back onto the track. At least we've got a safety car, though. You know what? Crashgate right there. Oh, no. Gasly is out. That's Magnussen. Did Magnussen crash as well? Magnussen crashed. They both crashed at the same time. I mean, maybe both drivers don't want to race. Yeah, Kevin Magnussen crashed at the same time. Oh my gosh, we don't even have any more hard tyres left. We're going to go medium tyres again. Yeah, we got a front wing problem because both drivers tried to end their race early. If they would have both been out at the same time, that would have been absolutely tragic. But we see what Pierre Gasly did. Can we now see what Kevin Magnussen did? Because that was shambolic. He's got a penalty somehow. What has he done? What has he done? I'm curious. I'm curious to see what Kevin Magnussen has done. I have no idea, but the safety car is out. We've got terminal gearbox damage for Pierre Gasly. It's gone to absolute shit towards the end of this Grand Prix. It's absolutely tragic. Knowing my luck, we won't even catch the safety car. We're down in P18, splitting the Aston Martins. And I tell you what, we're not even going to catch the safety car. They're going to get going before we even catch them. So, there we go. Nice one. Nice one, Kevin Magnussen. You're not even catching the safety car. You're down in P18, splitting Nicholas Latifi and Yuki Tsunoda in the Aston Martins. And Pierre Gasly's sitting on the side because he put his car in the wall. You both put it in the wall at the same time. You both screwed it over. Your aerodynamics is still screwed because you've damaged the chassis. How much do we want to damage on this team? This is ridiculous. Oh my days. We're basically just screwing ourselves over at this point. Why the hell did I go with Magnussen and Pierre Gasly? They just want to ruin the car. As now Magnussen is looking at a move on the Aston Martin. It would be good if he could get it done a lot quicker than he did on Mick Schumacher. And finally, he gets the move done. He's up in the P17. There's going to be no points here for us. This is an awful race weekend. Oh my gosh.
Let's take a look at the replay. All eyes on
What's the point? What's the point? Why is it only my drivers doing this? Why is it only my drivers? You make the move and then you go, no what, I'm going off somewhere else. And basically just screwing over your race. You probably have potential at possible points there because I think people still have to pit. But you know, no, you just bottled it. We're just skipping. I'm done. We're just skipping. We're just gonna keep going. Just get to the end of the Grand Prix and we're going to the next one because I've had enough of this one. I've had enough. Magnussen, Pierre Gasly. You know what, Jack Doohan, get ready. You could get a seat sometime soon because this is diabolical stuff. We don't pay millions and millions to crash out each race or lock up every blimmin' 5 seconds. But now we're gonna get the move done on the Aston Martin once again, or are we? You know what? Kevin Magnussen says, you know what? I don't even want to go for the move yet. So we're going to sit behind Nicholas Latifi. Brilliant. I'm fuming. I'm actually fuming of how bad this weekend has gone. How did both drivers crash out at the same time? How is that even possible? How are they that bad that they've managed to do it at the exact same time? We were heaping praise on them in Bahrain, and now we're like, nah, get out. But finally, we get past Mick Schumacher. We stay past Mick Schumacher, and we'll finish in P14. But
Is that a new race position?
I mean, I just want this race over. We've got 3 more laps to go. Just get around 3 more laps. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. I'm surprised it's not my driver, to be honest. But it's Latifi spinning. There you go. Hey, Nicholas Latifi spinning. But yeah, P14 is what it's looking like. And at the front, it was blimming close, wasn't it? Between Sainz, Leclerc, Perez, Bottas, Russell, Verstappen, Hamilton. Vettel getting P8. So we're losing ground to Mercedes and Alfa Romeo. We can't afford weekends like these. I mean, it all started off bad in qualifying when we had Kevin Magnussen at P15. But overall, that was a stinky, stinky weekend. It was my driver's fault. It wasn't my fault. I'm not taking blame for that weekend. And why are we clapping? Why are we clapping? P14 and a DNF is what we're clapping at. And just crashing constantly. You know, we were P4 in the championships, for God's sake, last season. And we're fighting for it this year as well. So, still 8th and 9th in the Drivers' Championship. Let's see at the top. Leclerc taking the early lead. Sainz with 30 points. Bottas with 30 points. Say hello to the Drivers' Championship for him. Ferrari leading with Red Bull 2nd. Alfa Romeo 3rd. Haas in 4th. Mercedes in 4th. And Haas in 5th. We got some work to do. We want P3 in the Constructors. I think P3 is possible. We have the pace to match Mercedes and Alfa Romeo. We just need the right strategy and not to crash out, and we can get up there. So we can get P3 in this championship, but with races like that, absolutely not. That was very, very stinky. And so the upgrades that I did basically on the side pods, pointless, because now we've ruined the car. Look at this. There we go. So the emergency manufacturers that I bought in for this Grand Prix. Pierre Gasly's gone, you know what, screw you, and he's went and battered them and ruined them. So we got another race in 11 days. Thankfully, they'll actually come in, so now we can get some more side pods back. We'll order 3 more in case he decides to batter the car again. But alright, I think we're alright. So that will come in 6 days. The Grand Prix is in 11 days, so we're okay. But that is very, very frustrating. If you did enjoy this awful, awful episode, go ahead, leave a like, comment on, I guess, where you think we're going to finish in the championship now. I mean, I asked you last episode, and you're probably like, oh yeah, P3, P4. With races like that, forget the top 4. We're finishing P5. And if we keep crashing like that, maybe even P6. But if you did enjoy the episode, make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.